Guy, we're recording.
Oh, sorry, guys. Peanut butter M&Ms. Melt in your mouth, not in your hand. Like the Defects. New Comic Book Day Eve. Let's do it.
What is up, Defects? We are back for another episode of the New Comic Book Day Show. And for those of you that are new to this is where we take Chris Nelms' New Comic Book Day Pull List. He's an author from comicbookinvest.com. We take that list and we break it down Defect style. Before we get into the books, say what up to my boys, Guy Forge.
What is up, Defects? Another week.
And
we got some killer books this week. This is going to be crazy. This is going to be nuts. Let's do it. Butcher.
And of course, Butcher.
We got a long list today, guys. A lot of fire coming out this week. I'm excited.
There you go.
Get into it.
Let's get into it. Before we get into it, for those of you that are new, if you could sub up the channel, hit the notification bell. Everybody give that video a thumbs up if you like what we're doing. Leave a comment in the comment section. We like to chop it up with you guys. And of course, if you can, share the video. All right, without further ado, let's get into the books.
All right, Defects. You know what comes up next. We're going to put Chris's list up there. Take a look at it, and then we'll get started on the fire this week. First up, we're just going to start off with this because you know what? We know you want to get to it, guys. IDW Publishing. They're getting on a little Star Wars, baby. Star Wars, The High Republic Adventures #1. First zine and Cricks, guys. Yoda is just like taking no shit on that 1 in 10 cover. What do you think?
Yeah, guys. Hey, guess what? Another Star Wars book and another #1 and more first appearances. But hey, I'm feeling that 1 in 10 Nathan, guys. That's a young. It's looking like a young Yoda from all the locks of hair he got there. I'm feeling that hairdo, man. Like it, I do.
Does he have a comb over?
He's got something going on. It does kind of look like a comb over. Guys, I think Jay's right. I think that 1 in 10 is going to be where it's at. I feel like with the High Republic #2 coming out, people are going to kind of forget about this one, and that 1 in 10, it's going to be, I think this is an investment alert. I wish we had like a little graphic. This is the first book of the week, investment alert. The 1 in 10, the Nathan variant on this one, I think is the one to grab.
Ooh. Well, just in case you guys want to stick more with some Star Wars, why don't you throw those next ones up, Matt? Marvel, you know, they're not going to let people bring out shit and then not jump on the bandwagon. Star Wars, The High Republic #2. You said it, Matt. First team appearance of the how do you say that? Nihil?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think everyone's going to be gunning for this 1 in 25. And that's why I think the first one is going to be the hidden gem of the week. But obviously, High Republic #2, we saw what happened with #1. It went bananas. I'm expecting this a similar effect for #2. And for those of you that joined us on Very Gary's auction the other night, that cover A looks like the Revenge of Tank. I don't know.
Yeah, that could be, guys. And like Matt said, a 1 in 25 Star Wars High Republic, investment-wise, I'm grabbing it. These books have been on absolute fire, guys. So why not invest in Star Wars while the getting's good?
good point, Jay. DC's getting in on the action too this week. Future State. These are the second printings of the first issues. There were a bunch of first appearances in each of these. What do you guys think?
Future State with second prints now, guys. I am not feeling these covers. I'm feeling that Wonder Woman bottom right picture, but I don't know, man. These second prints, kind of like a designer variant, but not. It's a pass.
Yeah, not much to say on this one. We just wanted to kind of throw them all up on the screen at the same time. because there was first appearances in each of these. Do these have legs? I don't know. Only time will tell. Again, I think, like Jay said, these are kind of akin to the Jimenez designer covers in the Batman series. They're all right. Not going to be on my list this week, though.
You know my feeling on those designer covers, but I tell you what does have legs, Matt. Wonder Woman. Whew. They go all the way up. Now that we're through those defects, you know what time it is. It is the Defects Picks of the Week. We're going to throw some books up here, see what you guys think. Roll that beautiful beam footage, Matt. Aftershock Comics, Maniac of New York, #1. Screams defects, doesn't it?
I mean, Maniac in New York. I mean, that says it all. Guys, there is a ton of #1 issues this week. We had to do a lot of solicitation readings to bring you what we thought has the best shot at being great stories, maybe good investment for the future. So this is one that definitely jumped out on us. Basically, you have Maniac Harry is an unstoppable, unkillable, inhuman serial killer. And it's basically got to the point where people just basically have said, all right, we're not going to change this. We're not going to stop this guy. And they just know that at any moment they could be killed. And it's become a norm. I think that's badass. I think this is going to be a great story by Aftershock. I can't wait to read it. It's on my pull list for this week. Butch, what do you think about this one?
How crazy is this? Maniac Harry is just an immortal, inhuman, maniac serial killer that kills at will. They can't do nothing about it. So, random day, you could just get chopped up. What's not to like about this? This is a definite grab for me.
That's guys. You're reading that, right, Guy?
Yeah, that's you know what? That's actually on my pull list. How'd you know, Matt? Very good.
I think this might be on your pull list, though.
You know what? You may be right, Matt. I'm just going to throw this out there, guys. From Dynamite, Sonya Versal #1. All I got to say is the 1 in 35. You had me at hello.
Oof. I think that top's a little too big if you ask me.
Whew.
But here we go, guys. Sonya Versal #1. And what is this? It's Sonya across a bunch of different dimensions. And who is she fighting? It's Sonya fighting all different Sonyas.
As long as they fight in that, Jay, I'm good, bro.
Oh, yeah. Who don't want to see that, man? Throw a little oil in there and we're ready to go. A little mud, nothing like a little mud wrestle.
Oh, God. Yeah. So Sonya Versal, there was Dynamite, they do a lot of variants and we couldn't throw them all up. We would have spent like 30 minutes just going through all the variants. So we had to throw this one up. We got a dope ass redhead. I'm a sucker for a redhead, and not only when it comes to comic books, in real life as well. She's looking fine on the cover. We're trying to get her on the show. If you know who it is, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, guys.
Seems like a dope story too, though. All jokes aside, we got a dope ass chick on the cover, but the story seems really dope. You got red Sonya, blue Sonya, green Sonya, orange Sonya, all the Sonyas being punished by an evil god, and the punishment is they got to the Sonyas are killing each other, like Jay said. So a lot of Red Sonya fans out there. I have a feeling this is going to be on a lot of pull lists this week, so we figured let's bring it up from Dynamite.
And listen, guys, it's 2021. Dynamite might want to reach out to Very Gary to do an official Sonya cover.
There you go.
The defects say it. And when it comes to Sonya's, more. Next up, guys, I'm just going to talk about this one. I'm going to mention it, and then I'm going to go hide for about a week, and I'll see you next week. Black Box Comics, Devil's Dominion #1. Yeah, just take it, guys. I'm good.
I'm gonna let Jay talk about this one because this was his pick for the week. So Jay, take it away.
All right, so you got Devlin St. Paul makes a deal with the devil to get powers. Why? Because something's going on between her and her brother, who's doing terrible things to her. So she reneges on the deal, and she decides to take her demonic powers and destroy bad guys. So this sounds like it'd be a little bit twisted, guys. The art on both those covers look absolutely phenomenal. A lot of steam behind this book if you look it up online, guys. So something I'll definitely be grabbing.
Yeah, another one on my pull list, guys. I mean, we're doing great this week with this. I mean, you know what? I'm just going to move it right along to Boom because Boom, all I got to say is when you're looking at that 125, Jenny Frizen, that's Boom right there. Luna number 1. I am digging that vibe on that cover, boys.
Guys, Boom Studios has been absolutely killing the game. And when I saw this one, secret blood rituals, powerful drugs, and sex runneth amok.
I mean,
mature readers only. We had to put it on the list. I have a feeling this is going to be a good story. Gets a little explicit. You know we like that. So I'm giving it a shot.
That's it, man. All I could say is
flower power, baby. Flower power.
Oh, man. Dark Horse Comics. I don't know why you guys do this to me every week. Fear Case number 1. I mean, literally, Fear Case. You open up the case and fucking... Go ahead.
Matt, go ahead. You take this one away because you're the one that told me about this one.
So Dark Horse Comics bringing an awesome, horrific detective series. It seems like this is going to be great. Basically, what happens is the Fear Case. Whoever comes into possession of this case must pass it on within 3 days or face deadly consequences. Kind of sounds like The Ring almost, okay? Which I know Guy loves.
Oh, fuck you, bro. Fuck you.
He's gonna be up all night now. I'm digging this. I'm digging the vibe of this. I'm digging the vibe of this comic. As soon as I read the solicitation, I thought of The Ring. Boom has been killing it. I'm sorry, Dark Horse has been killing it with some, So I said, let's give it a chance. That's why it's on the list.
Give it a chance.
Looks good, man. These horror books, man. I tell you, horror books are where it's at, Guy.
I'm telling you,
horror don't know books. What you're missing out on.
There's a ton of number ones this week. There's a ton. We had to really filter it down to what we thought were the best. So
yeah,
I'm going to keep it moving.
I appreciate you filtering it down to that.
I'm going to leave the Fear Case on Guy's doorstep tomorrow night.
Yeah. I'll be sure to drop it off. Don't worry. DC Comics. Future State, Swamp Thing number 2. Future State, I mean, we just keep going with this shit. Go ahead, guys.
One of the titles I'm enjoying, guys, Swamp Thing is Future State has been a good read so far. Going to keep picking it up story-wise, investment-wise. I don't know if there's too much in there, but definitely rolling along with the story.
Yeah, I haven't read this one yet, but a lot of good feedback on it. So I probably will get into it. I'm actually digging the cover on this one. I think they did a really good job. The colors, the skulls in the background. There's a theme this week, huh? A lot of skulls, a lot of horror. Swamp Thing. I'm probably going to pick it up. If you guys aren't reading this yet, I've heard a lot of good things.
DC keeping it going. Next up with Future State, the next Batman number 3. I'm digging this actually. I like the cover. I think this is it's teaming up again. So go ahead.
That's it. Tim Fox taking over as Batman. A lot of moral dilemmas in this series. That's what it's feeling like. And the solicitation for this one reads like another one. I'm digging it because this one gets deep. This series gets deep into the psyche of a superhero, and it's not just all superhero and villains. Like there's real world situations. It feels like there's a lot of gray area. It's not a lot of black and white. There's a lot of gray area about right and wrong in the series. You got Peacekeeper 01, seems like to be a villain throughout a lot of these Future State books. Mm-hmm. Where are we going to see that really take shape? Is it going to be in the next Batman? Is it going to be in Dark Detective? We'll find out.
Yeah, man, I'm feeling the next Batman, guys. The Fox family is in a little bit of turmoil, as you know from the first 2 issues. It's been a great read. That first issue, I didn't really like the 2 backstories behind it, but another pickup for us, guys. So do not say we are hating on Future State. We are only picking up the good reads from Future State, and this is definitely one of them.
Good point, Jay. Jay, you're just bringing out good points tonight. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
He always does.
Yeah,
Image Comics.
There was a real big point that came up when we seen that Dynamite cover for Sonya Burst.
There you go.
That was the biggest point of the day.
That was a layup. I was put up. I teed it up for you, Jay.
You did.
Image Comics this week, bringing Deep Beyond number 1. Speaking of Deep Beyond, Jay.
I don't know too much about this book, man. It looks crazy. Another #1, guys. A ton of titles coming out this week. They are pumping #1s out this week. Matt, tell me something about this.
So Mirka Andolfo, she's been killing it. I'm assuming that's a she, right? Yes. Unnatural, Mercy. This one just caught my eye. I like, it's kind of an end of the world, underpopulated future Earth, devastated by the consequences of a dire millennium bug. I mean, I don't even have to say it. This sounds a lot like some shit we're dealing with right now in the real world. So that's why it caught my eye. The deep sea, it looks like a squid in the background, feels like the abyss. I like these types of stories. Image never lets you down. So I said, let's give this one a shot. It's a #1 issue for Image. They've got a good track record with that. So you put that along with Miracle and Dolfo, I'm reading it.
So can you just look at the cover for a second and tell me what is going on in the face mask of this, whatever undersea, deep sea, whatever? It looks like you got like Tigger in the mask.
I see what you're saying there. I see what. Yeah, I don't know if they meant to do that.
A lot of
stuff we'll find out when we read it.
You drew it. It had to mean to do it. I mean,
I guess this is going to be featured on. Maybe this is going to be featured on the comic book review this week, huh, Jay? Because we're doing another one of those this week, right?
It could be.
You never know
what that cover means. I want to
stay tuned. Shameless plug this Thursday, comic book reviews with the defects.
Next up, from Marvel Comics, Immortal Hulk #43. There's a lot of shit going on in this cover, guys.
Yeah, it's almost wrapped up for Ewing. New villains coming back. We talked about it. Matt, give credit where credit is due.
Yeah, we're going to give a big shout out to Universe X on IG. Weeks ago, he called it. He said the UFOs would be back after looking ahead. He read ahead in the solicitations. He saw them on the cover. He said the UFOs are coming back. Guys, first appearance, Hulk, Incredible Hulk 254 back in the day. Basically, a little background on the UFOs. This is a team, they tried to recreate the event that created the Fantastic Four. I mean, it worked kind of, but they became villains. They worked with Norman Osborn for a time. Now they're back. They look like a mercenary squad to get rid of the Immortal Hulk. So we'll see what happens. This run of like Jay said is ending. Ewing is killing these last couple issues. We keep saying it. If you're not back on Immortal Hulk, pick it up because some big shit is happening along the way.
I know you guys are going to get excited about this one. Marvel Comics, King in Black tie-in, Black Knight #1. I'm a fan of Black Knight, dude. I think he's a sick character. I'm very excited about what they're going to do with him and not do him. Yeah, all right. I'm very excited what they're going to do with him in the MCU. So, I mean, what do you guys think about this?
Black Knight. I feel like the Ebony Blade. If you read the tie-ins for Symbiote Spider-Man, they mentioned that the Ebony Blade could be a source that could kill Null. They're not sure, or at least hurt him. So we know it's one of the most powerful weapons in all of the MCU. And the Black Knight, Dane Whitman, wields it. So they're saying the Ebony Blade, we're going to find out some secrets about Dane's past that maybe you won't like. So this could get dark, which I know, Jay, you like.
I'm a King in Black guy. This is the tie-in that I think is going to make the most sense and be the best in this King in Black series, guys. Dane Whitman coming to the MCU, the Black Knight. They're going to start to hype this character up before he drops in these movies. And what better time to do it than in the King in Black? I think this is a tie-in to get. I think this is going to be the best tie-in. But hey, you'll know more on Thursday when we do our comic book review.
That's bold statement.
And we all know the excitement I get and what I feel for the Master Scotty Young. Marvel Comics, Strange Academy #8. He's been killing it. Do your thing, guys.
Yeah, I thought the solicitation on this was wrong. I had to double check with Matt because #7 dropped last week, guys. So I don't know what happened. They're pumping Strange Academy out. It's selling. I still haven't hopped on the series yet. I read the first 2 issues. This is a dope cover, man. Your boy's killing it, guy.
Yeah, I love number 7, and it's starting to get dark. You're starting to get into some real world situations, some death, and maybe some reincarnation in number 8. That's what it looked like at the end of number 7. I don't want to spoil it, but I'll definitely be reading number 8. This is a series. Some people jumped on it early, got off of it. They're making fun of it. They said it's a kid series. Guys, get back on this if you haven't.
Coming in from Marvel, Venom number 33. The Defects are very excited about this coming back. A lot of stuff going on. You got a 1 in 50 Finch. You got a 1 in 100 Stegman that just looks fucking crazy. What do you think, guys? I don't even have to ask what you think, but you might as well tell the people. Tell the Defects what you think.
All right. I'm going to make it short so Jay can jump in. I'm pumped for number 33. It's coming to, I said it last week on one of our shows. I said, I don't want to talk about the end for Donny Cates on Venom, but it's coming. A couple more issues here. We said it a few weeks back in our King and Black breakdown. They're talking about the light again. Eddie Brock looks for a light, any light that can pierce it. That's the darkness that's across the Marvel universe right now. They keep talking about this light, the God of Light. Who are we gonna get? Who's it gonna be? Silver Surfer Black? Is it gonna be Adam Warlock as the Living Tribunal? We talked about this. We got some dope covers here. I'm digging that Finch. Jay, take it away, brother.
I'm excited to see what happens with Eddie Brock, guys. We know he's no longer with us, but we also know that death in comic books do not last, guys. So I'll tell you this. I read the first 4 pages of this comic book, and it's basically Spider-Man mentoring Dylan Brock. So I'm excited to see where it goes. We all know that Cates is leaving this Venom run. It's rumored that he's going to Spider-Man with Ryan Stegman. Like we talked about a couple of panels back, Spider-Man needs a revival. What Spider-Man doesn't need is another Gleason cover. It needs a Stegman cover, and it needs to be reborn. Here's my thoughts, guys.
You're giving this to him. You're giving it to him now. You're giving him the theory.
I'm giving them the theory now. Spider-Man take Dylan Brock with him in that Kate Spider-Man run. If there is a Kate Spider-Man run. Ooh. You heard it here first, guys. I think that's what's going to happen, and we'll see. Like I said, I'm sad that no writer has ever done Eddie Brock like Cates. He made this series go absolutely bonkers. I'm sad to see him go, but I'd rather him go than drag it out. So on to bigger things. Maybe not better things, but on to bigger things, guys.
You heard it here. The Oracle has spoken.
That 1 in 100 is bonkers, though, guys.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Investment wise, I'm grabbing
not investment wise at all. I'm just saying that
beautiful cover. And I'll tell you a story about that cover. So that started off as a commission that Ryan Stegman did for somebody, and it came out so dope that they ended up making it into a cover. So how cool is that? You get a commission done by Stegman, and then turns into a 1 in 100 sketch cover. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's
what we've been saying for a while. These incentive covers on Venom, grab them later on. If you like them, wait and grab them cheap, because that 1 in 50, that'll be $15, $20, and that 1 in 100 will be $30, $40. So,
yep.
Guys, right. Every week, Chris Nelms from CBSI, the author of the list that we're using, he gives us his pick, okay? We're digging his picks every week. This guy, he's doing good things. You guys, we listen to this guy when he picks book because he knows his shit. So this week is definitely going to be no different. Let me bring it up here. So he had a few picks, and he said, narrow it down for me. He wrote this. Marvel King in Black, Venom versus Carnage #2, the 1 in 10 Flaviano design variant is my pick, because this cover is a 1 in 10 selling for $20+, and it has the feel of a classic horror movie with the reveal that MJ becomes Spider-Gwen's Carnage at the end of issue 1 here. You got you get a cover VHS tape design variant. So that's his pick of the week. I'm actually feeling that cover. I'm liking what they did there. I'm liking the different colors. The story was actually pretty good as well. So number 2, people are going to be picking it up. So like he said, this one's already going for double ratio. What do you guys think?
I'm thinking it's original, man. That's why I like it. It's very original. We haven't seen a cover like this before. The colors pop. Great pick, Chris.
Yeah, Chris hits a home run, man. I mean, he steps up to the plate every single week, and we just, he brings fire. So, listen to what he's saying, guys.
Yeah, if you're listening to anybody, listen to Chris. Don't listen to these guys.
Fuck do we know?
Defects. Thanks for coming out again this week. We had a bunch of books this week to talk about. So glad you spent a little time with us. Thank you again. And always check out our friends of the show in the description below. A bunch of good people in the community bringing out awesome content and having some fun like us, like the Defects. So thank you again. Butcher, what you got, babe?
We got our partners, guys. You've seen it before. Mutant Beaver Comics, guys. Go on to their site. They got fire exclusives. They're great guys. And when you're there, Defects 10's the code to use for 10% off, guys. Great company. They're trusted, and they're backed by the Defects. Not only that, we got Express Comic Book Pressing. Erod 212, your purser's purser. Trusted member of the community, my man will take care of your books, guys. Best purser in the business. So check him out. Sorry, presser. So check him out. Use Defects 10. Get 10% off. Not only that, Erod will submit your books to CGC and CBCS, and he'll also be generous enough to pass along his 15% off grading fees. So
it's a man purse, Jay. I think Erod, he's comfortable with it, so we're gonna let him rock it.
A satchel.
All right, guys. So every week we put a link in the description to Chris's article. He writes a full article every week on CBSI's website. We're going to put a link to that. And of course, we're going to put a link to CBSI's website because they got great content over there. If you haven't checked them out, you've been living under a rock. So before we get out of here, we're going to have a live show this week. So definitely stay tuned Wednesday. We got the comic book reviews on Thursday this week. And then Saturday night, we'll be back over on Very Gary's channel. He's in the friends of the show below, like I talked about before. We'll be breaking down episode, 5 of WandaVision?
WandaVision.
There you go. Jay's doing his magic over there, bending reality as usual. All right, guys. Hit the thumbs up, sub up the channel, hit the notification bell, throw a comment in the comment section. Tell us what you're reading this week. Tell us what you liked on our list. And, of course, share the video. All right, boys, for the Pressable Defects, I'm Matt Forge. We'll catch you next time.
Indiana Jones wore a satchel.